Now let's look at the details of the execution of a computer program. A computer program is nothing but a set of CPU instructions. And once it starts, it always executes the next instruction pointed by the EIP register or the instruction pointer register until there is an interrupt comes. Interrupt is the entity which stops the program execution and execute a different code path. This is true for all kind of CPU, all kind of platforms. And debugging is a type of interrupt which comes to stop the execution of the program. So when the debugger breaks into an application, an interrupt, a software interrupt comes into that application and the application freezes. Then on, the debugger takes control of the program. Let's have a look at the demo of attaching WinDebug, which is a debugger, to a notepad and see this concept in working. So I have started a WinDebug and I'm going to start a notepad. This notepad is the 32-bit version of the notepad because I have the 32-bit version of the debugger just to make things easier. Normally, I always match the bitness of the debuggy and the debugger. So we will come to it later in case which it is not matching. Right now I have launched a notepad and I have a WinDebug launched as well. So I'm going to File, Attach to Process. If you want, you can press F6. This is the notepad which I have just started. I'm going to click OK. It started. Right now, if I click on the notepad, nothing will come up. Right now, the notepad is under the control of the debugger. It has broken into the debugger. That's why all these menus are coming up active. And you can see the command window. I can type any commands I want here. Now, the first command I'm going to type here is G or Go. We have already seen this button. This is the Go button, which is the F5. I'm going to type the command G here so that the notepad will run while still the debugger is attached. Right now the notepad is coming and I can type here whatever I want. When I typed it loaded a DLL. So that's what it is showing here. We'll get into all these things later. What our focus is right now, the notepad is active and we can interact with the notepad. It is not frozen. If you look at the cursor, you can see the cursor is blinking. Right now, let me put the debugger a little to the side. So it's blinking right now. I can still type it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break. This is a break button. See, all the buttons are inactive. All the debugging options, Go is inactive, step into, step over, all these buttons are inactive. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break into the debugger. The notepad is going to get frozen. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I have not done it. So I broken, and now if I click on the notepad, I won't be able to type. We can't see even the cursor and all the menu gone inactive. This is a frozen state of the notepad. Now we can see a lot of things inside the address space. We have full control from here. From the WinDebug, we have full control of that notepad right now. We can read and write to that process address space because it's live debugging. Also, optionally, we can take a dump. We can save the state, this exact same state of the notepad, to a file. So that is the dump. I'll just show you, these are the different threads which the notepad is having. The command is tilde. I hope we will see this command again. Right now I'm in thread 2. If I type the command K to see the call stack, I can see the current call stack, the call stack in which the break happened or the exception happened. So it's a debug breakpoint exception, no surprise because we broke into the debugger. Now, if you want to switch into a different thread, we can tilde 1. Yes, it will switch into the first thread. There is another worker thread for the notepad, tilde 0s, which is the main thread of the notepad. And it is switching and loading symbols. That's why it's busy. Whenever we see busy here in the WinDebug, which means that the WinDebug is doing something, we can't type commands when it is showing busy there. It has to be this arrow button like this to type commands. Again, if I type the K command, as you can see, it's the WinMain of the notepad. It is a C++ application written in Win32 application, and it is waiting for messages, get message. is the API which it is waiting on, which is no surprise because it's pumping the message loop. I'm pressing G again just to let the notepad go. And again, we are back and we can type anything in the notepad. So we have seen this particular demo of attaching WinDebug to notepad and observing the frozen and unfrozen state.